Hello, I'm Jessie, and my group and I in this video have researched 5 different educational online resources for educators. We'll start with Emily Tucker.
Hi, I'm Emily. I investigated the web tool Kahoot. This is a website that allows educators to create assignments specific to content areas within their classrooms. The assessments are in multiple choice formats, but videos, diagrams, and images can all be added to enhance student engagement. The Kahoots, which is the word used to describe the tests created by the website, are designed to take place in a group setting. Ideally, each student would be taking a Kahoot on their own personal device, whether this be a laptop, an iPad, or even an iPhone. A cool thing about this tool is that students from different classrooms from all over the world can take the same Kahoot at the same time and the results can be compared.
Oh, how does that work?
So once a teacher creates a Kahoot, they're given a PIN number associated with their game that they can give to students. Students will then need to visit www.kahoot.it and they will be prompted to type in a game PIN. Once all the students enter that game PIN, they will be asked to select a nickname. The teacher may begin the Kahoot once everyone has completed these steps. The teacher must also have the game loaded on their screen so that the students can see the multiple choice options on the board. So it will show this teacher's screen, on the teacher's screen, which will be projected by an LED or some kind of projection. The students will be able to see the multiple choices, and then they will select a color or a shape that represents an answer on their screen.
So the teachers can keep track of students' answers?
Yeah, so that's really another cool feature about this tool is that once the assessment is finished, teachers are given the option to save the results. You can download or save the results to your drive, and Kahoot provides you with a spreadsheet that includes the student's name and their answers. You can also just choose to display a bar graph that displays the amounts of students that selected each answer following every question. The graph doesn't include any student names, but it gives a student an idea of which answer their peers chose. This is a quick and easy way for the teachers to get a general idea of student answers.
So, is Kahoot a free resource?
Yeah, it's free. Teachers can go to getakahoot.com to create a free account. Getakahoot.com is the URL you can use to access your Kahoot account and create new Kahoots. And Kahoot.it is the website you will provide your students with, and then that's where they'll be prompted to enter the PIN number that's associated with the assessment that the teacher has created. Your Kahoot accounts will save all of the assessments that you make so that you can use them throughout several school years, and students can also create their own Kahoot accounts so that they can take assessments multiple times. Some other interesting things about this tool is that all of the information it provides a lot of information about how to utilize this software within your classroom. When you log onto your account, the homepage has links to several articles and informational texts that tell ways to incorporate the tools into your lessons and how it is being used in other classrooms. It also highlights new features. Kahoot has recently introduced a ghost feature, which is really cool. It allows students to compete against their original score of the Kahoot, other classmates, or scores from students in different classes. So at the end of one assessment or one Kahoot, the teacher is given the option to play again in ghost mode. And when they do this, the students will take the quiz again on their screens, and they will work alongside ghosts. And these ghosts represent the students themselves' previous score, their classmates' previous score, or another person in a different class's previous score. And the students are completing the quiz again, working to beat the ghost score. It's a really cool way to assess formally or informally within the classroom, and I think it's something that kids would get really excited about.
That sounds like a really awesome tool to use for assessment.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I actually researched 2 tools, and the first one that I researched was UDL Cast Builder, and Cast UDL Book Builder. And this is a website that is designed to provide relevant and authentic books and stories online for teachers and students. Everything is done completely on the internet, as you can see here. Teachers can post their own work and students' works. And all the information is provided for that book, and they just enter it right in the website. Since this website is a part of Cast UDL, the books available may include many aspects of the Universal Design for Learning, and it can make it available for all students.
How do you load the books onto your computer?
Well, what you would do is just go here to Model Books and choose one you want. For example, Gus's Rainforest Adventure. And directly next to the book, there's a Read option. So you can just click right on here, and it'll pop right up. You can scroll through it, the book, just like this. Like I said, it is UDL friendly, so not only are the words printed on the book, but you can press this button here. Mom said, I have to go hunt for our lunch. And it'll read you the story if the teacher isn't reading it or students are doing this on their own personal computers. Another way to get the books is you can come back here and click on this download button. And once you click on that, it'll just download itself right to a file on your computer. You could also just print it out right here and give it to the students.
Very cool. So how are the books sorted, and how are teachers able to find them?
Well, there's all kinds of books that you can be found on here. You can sort them up here by terms, by area level, content, genre, book language. For example, you could type in dogs for a topic for grade 3 and search it. First you would do by title and then search it. Maybe you have to fill in all of them. But if there was a book that came up for that topic, it would be right here. Or like I said, you can search by author, grade, any of those.
Very cool.
So what are some ways that this could be implemented into the classroom?
This can be used in many aspects of the classroom. It would be perfect for almost any lesson to sort through the books that are available. You can find one that works like that. Since it is online, like I said, the books can be projected right onto the LCD screen in front of all of your students. The words will be right there on the screen so the students can follow along. And not only is it good for reading to a class, but teachers can publish their works onto the website, their work or student works. And I'm sure that students would love to be able to see some of the books they wrote and their illustrations published online. I think it's a very useful website for the classroom and for students of very many ages. Another resource that I researched was another book one called the Scholastic Book Wizard. And this is a wonderful resource for teachers when it comes to finding books and finding out information on books. There's thousands of books in the database that teachers can access information for. There's a different site for educators and even for parents who can find books for their children or teachers who want to find books for their students. What happens is before a teacher purchases a book from Scholastic, which can also be done from the Scholastic website, they find out the information on it. The Scholastic Book Wizard also provides discounts for educators.
So how are these books sorted?
These books are sorted in many different ways. If you have a specific book in mind, you can type it in here, or you could type the author or the genre. It's also sorted by Lexile level, reading level. And if you know there's a book that you like, you can search that, and Book Wizard will find similar books to it, so you can add to your classroom library.
So what could I do with the books once I've found them on this website?
Once you have the books that you are looking for example, we can do this new book called Hey Seymour. So once you've found a book that you like, you can do something called add it to a book list. And gotta sign in. Once you add it to a book list, it sorts it into categories. So you could have a category for each level of students that you're working with, for each grade, for each class, that kind of thing. What makes it cool is that you can have as many topics as you want and as many folders as you want. Book Wizard is also a community, so you can look at other people's book lists and get ideas, and they can see yours.
That's awesome. Are there any other ways that you can access Book Wizard?
Yes. One really cool thing that Book Wizard has is they have an app for both Android and Apple phones. And it's pretty much the same thing. A teacher can use this to find information on specific books. But one really cool thing about the app is that you can just scan the barcode on a book, and all of the information in that book will come up. The title, the author, the Lexile level that it's for, the grade that it's for, all those kinds of things. So this app, or this website, is definitely useful for all teachers. I think it could definitely help them out as they build their classroom libraries.
That's awesome. So the tool that I have been investigating is called Spritz. Spritz is a new type of technology that allows users to read at staggeringly high rates of speed. In fact, Spritz promises that to make users read at double their normal reading speed. So they call it spritzing. Spritzing is a technique where words are flashed in the middle of a display. So, for example, you can download the app on your phone, and you can spritz right on your phone. So each word in the stream is positioned at a point where the user is able to recognize the word. They call it focused reading because your eye doesn't move. The words are just flashing, and you are supposed to compared to traditional instruction or traditional reading, when your eye's moving word to word, this is different because you're focused on one word at a time.
That's really interesting. Is there a way of adjusting how many words per minute?
Yeah, there is actually. Spritz allows users to choose anywhere between 100 words per minute to 700 words per minute. Like I said, traditional reading requires publishing text on lines, and your eyes pass over words. So your brain doesn't get a chance to understand them. So this is what makes spritzing efficient, precise, convenient, and comfortable for the reader. What makes Spritz so great is that it can be used in so many different environments. Like I said, you can use it on your smartphone when, say, you're a teacher and you receive an email and you don't want to zoom in really close to small lettering. You can just use the Spritz app and you touch it and the words will flash and you just read it quicker.
Wow, I could definitely see that being utilized to teach reading, especially with like one-on-one instruction.
Exactly. So this tool can benefit every student in a classroom because it will teach them how to read faster, but at the same time, they're comprehending what they're reading, which is most important. So, for example, after completing a guided reading lesson, the teacher can pull aside a student and help them, if they're struggling, they can work with them one-on-one and use Spritz to help them read aloud. So the more they practice with the tool, the easier it will become and the faster they'll be able to read. Teachers can even use Spritz in full class reading lessons by pulling up the tool on a smart board maybe and having children take turns reading what's on the smart board. So spritzing definitely can be done on iPads in the classroom, which we've recently discussed. By simply downloading the app, students are able to read sentences and paragraphs. I believe that at my placement, Spritz would make a huge impact because I see struggling readers falling behind on the books they're reading, and just by taking the time to work with them for 10 minutes every day using the Spritz app will definitely make a difference. I think Spritz can provide great benefits for students in the classroom.
That's really cool. I've actually been researching this tool called Zaption, and Zaption is this online resource that allows users to turn videos online from websites such as like YouTube or Vimeo and turn them into an interactive lesson. Zaption allows users to add text, questions, pictures, draw on certain parts of the video, and they're allowed to like clip the videos to make it shorter so you don't have to show the entire video to the class if you don't want to waste that much time or if you don't want to like cut out any like parts that don't make sense. So they call it a tour instead of a video, if that makes sense. So throughout the tour, the video may pause to allow the viewers to answer any questions or activities that the teacher chooses to place throughout the tour to allow for a more interactive experience. However, a teacher may also add a pop-up or mute the video or just allow the video to keep going throughout that. It really turns a regular video viewing into a more engaging and interactive experience. You can easily turn like any type of lesson into an interactive lesson through science, reading, English, or even math videos.
So how do you find the videos to add into the Zaption tour?
Zaption actually has multiple ways to add videos to the tour. On the website, there's a tool called Find Videos in which users are actually able to search for videos. The videos are all on YouTube or Vimeo, and there's actually also an option to record or upload your own video, which you have to place on YouTube first, I think, but that's if you choose to do so.
Wow, that really doesn't sound too hard at all. Is there a way to see how students answered the questions?
Yes, actually, once the instructor finishes creating the Zaption, they can share it to whoever they want or within a group. And the owner of the Zaption is allowed to track the group's activity and progress. So once you know that any viewers have watched or completed the questions on your tour, you can go to a section of the video of the website called Analytics, and all the viewer responses and other information about your tour is available here. So the analytics section contains a lot of data and graphs about the tour. So the viewers' names are available here, but you can also choose to hide the viewers' names if you want to discuss the answers and show the answers to the class. And the cool thing about Zaption is that it can even export like the results to gradebooks, so you can use your tour as a quiz or graded assignment.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Is there a cost to use the tool?
There is an option to have a free account as an individual, and it's a basic account. It allows you to do almost everything. It's just not as like snazzy. But if you want to pay as an individual, there's a plan that costs $89 a year. It allows you to do everything you can with a free account, but it offers more advanced controls and more interactive elements. Many schools, districts, campuses, and other training facilities actually are able to pay for an annual plan if they choose to do so. My mentor teacher actually discussed the use of this tool with me in her class, and she said it really helps them to watch videos of read aloud books, and so they stop and as a class will like answer the question together, and it allows them to, I mean, if they choose to use it on the iPad in a small group setting, it would really work.
Well, that's awesome. I think that we investigated some pretty cool tools, guys.
Yeah, I'll definitely be using all of these in my classroom, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Nice job, everybody.
Nice job.
All right, thanks for watching. We hope you found some useful resources.